recently, and a tremendous effort just trying to cut that one down and keep as many runs off the board as he can, but just couldn't make the play. So Giada is going to stay in. Run scored on that?
Yeah, 1 score. 10 seconds.
And I'll take a pause.
Should be coming back up pretty soon. It's up.
Oh, first pitch misses to the second baseman, Austin Rabago. Oh, some housekeeping there. That ball fell in front of Cy Turner. And the Legends also scored their 10th run of the game on that play. So 10-6 now here in the top of the second. Runner goes from first. Here's the throw from Rinchel. Skips into second base, not quite in time. So another steal from Quincy Villa. He does what he does. Count is even at 1-1. Still no outs this inning for the Merchants. Giada trying to get through this one. That one is dropped by Winchell, but is in the zone, recorded as a strike to get Giada ahead 1-2. There is some action in the bullpen for Alameda. But right now, Giada ahead 1-2 to Rabago. There goes Villa from second base, and as another pitch skips in the dirt, it'll be an easy stolen base for Quincy Villa.
I think that 3 today now for Villa, who's now up to 23 on the summer. Obviously leading the Legends in that category, and now 90 feet away from extending this lead to 11-6.
Making good on that personal goal that he had to lead this league in stolen bases. 2-2 count to Rabago. So he's chasing at a pitch up in the zone. He strikes out, but that one gets by Winchell, so Villa is going to score from third base as Winchell completes the strikeout with the throw down to first. And another run for the Legends. So even on that strikeout, Ethan, a good result that you're looking for. You'd presume the strikeout would hold the runner at third base, but Winchell was not able to grab that one.
And Kyle, it's been really interesting to me just this past week. I would say so much of this team's success in June was a result of its bullpen, that in the later stages of the game, if the Merchants had a lead, it was a good bet that 2 or 3 guys would come in, each throw 3 to 6 outs and put the game away, and that just hasn't been the case so far in July. We've seen it today. It's been an up and down day for Jovanovic, and now the same with Luke Giada, who had a really tough 5th inning, followed by a really nice 6th inning, and struggling again here in the 7th. And just inconsistency has plagued this Merchants team all week long. But now a guy entering who's been pretty consistently fantastic for the Merchants. It looks like Cole Airhorn is set to enter the game.
Yes, earlier in this broadcast, when it was Giada warming up, I thought I might have seen Cole Airhorn warming up, and now he does come into the game. He's got that blonde hair flowing out of the back of his cap. As he takes his warm-up pitches, we'll take a brief break and be back in a moment. These walks are not good for me.
They're cuter once they have faces. Do you sell them or? Not as much as I should for the quantity that I produce. No, not, I sold, well, gosh, not 150. But that's, I didn't bring 200. But I don't.
Nationals fired Dave Martinez and Mike Rizzo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're back now in the top of the 7th as Cole Airhorn delivers his first pitch outside. So Will Robbins at the plate. 4th appearance of the afternoon. Pops this one out of play foul. Robbins doubled in the 2nd inning. Rounded out in both the 4th and the 5th. So we see Airhorn, one of the more reliable pitchers this year for the Merchants.
Right center.
Ethan, you mentioned the inconsistency of this pitching staff. For the most part, Airhorn has been pretty consistent this year.
Yeah, Airhorn's been consistently great as he gets a punch out right there. A ERA under 2 season long, and he was really great up in Canada as well. Airhorn walked off thinking it was the 3rd out, but it was instead only the 2nd. Just kind of a series of small little forgetful instances, as I'm not sure if you caught, but Ben Giovanetti had to run out into the infield late as I was heading over in that direction towards the dugout during that pitching change. He had went into the dugout to talk things over with his staff and then made a late return to the infield. Was lucky no balls were sliced in that direction in his absence.
That pitch from Airhorn is fouled back. 4th time up for the right fielder Aaron Lewis. Got a homer, a ground out, and a fly out. You mentioned earlier, Ethan, a lot of damage being done by these 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Legends lineup. Good fastball from Airhorn there. That's him a strike.
Yeah, Lewis, that home run all the way back in the 2nd inning that gave the Legends a cushion that the Merchants quickly erased, but the Legends able to build it back up. A lead by 5 again.
There's a line drive, but right to the left fielder, Tackless. He'll put it away, and finally the 3rd out of the inning for Alameda. 3 more runs come in for Menlo Park. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Merchants down 11-6.
Move it. Good try.
Yeah, sure.
The cover.
So I don't know if it was heat or something, but the phone just like shut down with an error twice.
Probably the heat. Thank you.
It's hard to choose which one you want behind.
Well, we're approaching hour number 3 of this game 1 of this doubleheader here at Kenyatta College as the temperature rises to 80 degrees and that heat starts to reflect off the surface of this turf field. Maybe see the effects of the players on the diamond and the coaches as well, as everybody tries to keep the energy up here. And hasn't helped that we've had a lot of walks, Ethan, a lot of hit by pitches as well.
Yeah, these two teams played in some long and slow games that he'd also have an effect on our phone. Apologies to our viewers who had to put up with a bit of a delay in our stream. Looks like a new one is now going. We actually had a technical difficulty as a result of the heat where our streaming camera broke down as a result of it. Unfortunately, not too much we can do as a result of that, but thankfully we are back on the airwaves now. And the bad news for the Merchants is that they're down by 5 here in the 7th inning. The good news is that it's game 1 of the doubleheader where we'll be playing a full 9. Otherwise, it'd be just a 7-inning game and this would be their last 3 outs, but they still got 9 outs to work with, and we've seen this team be able to come back from deficits of this size before.
Dittmer grounds the first pitch of the inning to short. Beal collects that and fires over to first for the first out of the inning. Swinging at the first pitch from the new pitcher, the left-hander Max Babic.
Yeah, the collective shortstop play in this game has been top-notch between Jeremiah and Beal. Also, a chance to see Colton Boardman yesterday have a few nice plays with Sonoma. There's some really, really good fielding shortstops across the North Division in this league.
Winchell takes the first pitch for a ball. The Legends have gone Wheeler, Trammell, Vasquez, and now the lefty Babic, an attendee of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Snaps off a nice breaking ball there. It's in the zone to even the count at 1-1. It's his 7th appearance for the Legends. 13 2/3 innings. He's given up 11 hits. Struck out 13 and walked 6. He's pitched to a 3.29 ERA. And he is ahead of Winchell now, 1-2. See, fastball slider from Babic as Winchell fouls that slider off. And truthfully, I should say slider fastball. The available synergy data that we have for Babic this summer, he has thrown almost twice as many sliders as fastballs. There's another one, but that hangs in the middle of the plate, and Winchell slams it out to left field, but not deep enough as Anderson goes back to the track and catches it over his shoulder. So a loud out for Riley Winchell, but the second out of the inning.
A very loud out for Riley Winchell. And for Babic, looking through his profile, how about a guy who's made the American Tour in Summer League ball? He's played his summer ball in the Prospect League, in the Northwoods League, and now the CCL, just bouncing from league to league, most recently last summer in the Northwoods League with the Kokomo Jackrabbits. Actually, I guess I should call it the North American Tour.
Yeah.
That one stretching north of the border, the Northwoods League does.
Baby, he's been down to Kokomo.
But originally, Downers Grove, Illinois, from my neck of the woods, as I like to say.
More hard contact as Giovanetti lines that one into left field. It's the Johnny Cash special for Max Babic. He's been everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Giovanetti has been everywhere in this game. He's on base for the 4th time today.
And a really, really good result if the Merchants aren't able to come back in that one. At least getting one of your guys who's been a little bit slower at the plate hot. Came into today's game just a 121 batting average, but 2 hits, has reached all 4 of his plate appearances, 2 RBIs to go with it.
We have flagged him as
Breakout
a Merchant
candidate, I'd
who
say.
we are waiting to see break out. And we've seen a couple line drive hits, one to right field and one to left field today from Giovanetti.
Definitely an emerging Merchant at this point in the season.
Right now, 2 strikes on Jace Jeremiah as Gio leads off first. There is a slider, but it's grounded to the shortstop Beal. He'll pick it up, flip it over to first base to record the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 hit and 1 left for Alameda. We soldier on to the top of the 8th inning. Merchants still down 11-6.
You're 2 for 4 today.
Mm-hmm.
2 for 2.
That's right. Yeah. 2 hit by pitches. So 2 for 2.
What is my
Air horn and
Oh, that's my fault. How about that plate appearances? It's getting hot. I bet it's like 67 millimeter right now.
wonder what the temperature on the field is. Top of the 8th here at Kenyatta. Cole Airhorn fires his final warm-up pitch. We will begin the top of this inning the same way we ended the bottom of the past inning with the shortstop Tucker Beal. It's his 5th time up. He's 0 for 4, trying to join the hit parade today for Menlo. He struck out once and grounded out 3 times.
Looking at the score sheet right now, Beal is the sole member of the Legends to not reach base at least once in today's contest. I believe all have hits with the exception of Beal and Birdsall, who we'll get to see later this inning.
Swinging at the first pitch, trying to get that hit. First pitch fastball, but he fouls it straight back. Airhorn came in last inning with 1 out, had a backwards K and a flyout. Beginning his 2nd inning of work here, with the count even to Beal. That slingshot-like delivery from Airhorn. From that wiry frame, just all arms and legs coming at you. So he fires a fastball in there for strike 2. Airhorn goes 4-seam, sinker, slider, and splitter from the right side. That time, Beal catches up to a fastball and lines it up the middle. So perhaps some good juju provided by you and me for Tucker Beal there as he gets his first hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, he does, and really had to work to earn it against Airhorn, a guy who has really been nails on the mound all season long. We were discussing with the CCL All-Star game coming up in a matter of weeks who could be some contenders on this Merchants roster for it, and we named Airhorn as one of the guys for the Merchants who could very well earn an invite to the All-Star break.
Bose shoots that one out to right field. The catch is made, and Beal was just lackadaisical off first, and the right fielder Turner took advantage and fired a strike into first base to pick off Beal.
You were certainly right to use the term lackadaisical, just frankly lazy base running by Beal, who thought he had plenty of time to get back in, and Cy Turner has a howitzer of a right arm. We've seen that over and over again, whether it's him playing third base or in the outfield. He's not the guy you want to be playing games with on the base paths.
Brian Kenny on MLB Now every day does a segment on baseball-y plays, what he calls baseball-y plays. That's a baseball-y play from Cy Turner. Not taking anything for granted and catching Beal napping over at first base. Oh, a foul ball there from the number 3 hitter Birdsall, other batter who's been left hitless today. That ball outside, and now it's 2-1. Well, we noted Airhorn had a moment where he thought he had the 3rd out when it was the 2nd. Giovanetti was a little late getting onto the field, and now Beal a little lackadaisical off first base.
I mean,
we noted the temperature.
You mentioned it last inning. You wonder how much the heat just radiating off of this artificial turf is affecting the temperatures on the field.
That one is ripped out to left field, and that's going to land fair for a base hit for Birdsall. He was pulling up at first base. Now he goes to second as Tackless tries to dig it out of the corner there.
And now officially, every single player up and down this Legends roster has at least one hit in this ball game, including multiple extra base hits. By my count,
again, perhaps see the effect of the heat on these players, as Birdsall was content to pull up at first base with a single, but that was lined deep into the left field corner. It was an easy double.
to finish my thought, 6 extra base hits now for the Legends in this ball game. Just continue to do some damage against this Merchants pitching staff, which is looking all different types of out of sorts.
The air horn has been pretty good. Gives up the double there to Birdsall. Now he gets the DH Dane Most to pop it up, and it is back foul. Just out of play. Fifth at bat for Dane Most. He singled to right, grounded out to third, grounded out to short, and walked his last time up in the 7th inning. Faces his 3rd pitcher of the afternoon. Runner goes from second. Here's the throw from Winchell, but the third baseman Dittmer did not even go over to take the throw. You talk about the heat, Ethan, but these players, I'm sure, are used to playing in lots of conditions, and perhaps would like to see him get after it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's been a odd game thus far.
I'm under no illusions that I get to sit here under this canopy in this chair. So they are definitely suffering through the elements, but between the lines, you want to see them locked in. Swing and a miss there, a strikeout for Airhorn. No runs in on a couple hits for the Legends. We will go to the bottom of the 8th, still sitting at a score of 11-6.
This is the top of the order. And they still don't score.
I'm gonna need that charger for my computer for between games. You might want to move that here. Strip.
Can you unplug the speaker and just move the little surge thing over here? So it's plugged into, yeah.
Hey Todd.
The heat just got this. Yeah, he like brought it from his car and he was in the back. It's a good call, I should do the same. So ready to go for the bottom of the 8th, 2nd inning of work for the lefty Max Babbage. He fires the first pitch out of the zone to the leadoff hitter Dom Nahar. You figure if the Merchants have some comeback in them, it's going to start here with the top of the order. That fastball in there for a strike as Nahar looked like he disagreed with that call. 4th at bat for Dom. He struck out his first time, was hit by a pitch. He popped out. Excuse me, I made that mistake again. His 5th at bat. Those 2 at bats in the 3rd inning. Struck out, hit by a pitch, popped out, and singled to center field. A nice line drive, clean single. Right now ahead 2-1. Takes that slider that stays outside. So now a 3-1 count. trying to jumpstart this offense. 2 innings left. See if they can crawl back. They came down from 5 runs once before. That fastball is way outside, so here we go. Leadoff walk for Dominic Nahar.
It's his 3rd time reaching today, and worth monitoring. Elsewhere in the CCL right now, San Luis Obispo up 7-0 on Walnut Creek in the 8th inning. And it's going to lead to a logjam at the top of the standings. Assuming the Merchants don't come back in this game, it will mean that Alameda and Sonoma are tied atop the standings.
There goes Nahar from first. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Nahar slides in ahead of the throw. So another stolen base from Dominic Nahar.
Another stolen base is right. And to continue that thought, Sonoma and Alameda would be tied atop the standings with Walnut Creek 1 game back, and San Luis Obispo tied with Walnut Creek also 1 game back. And keep in mind, only 3 teams make the playoffs. Shaping up to be a disheartening result for that 4th team, and Menlo Park will still just be 4 back as well. They're hanging around if they're able to capture this win. North, a competitive division. The Merchants want to retain sole possession of 1st place and can only do so by coming back and winning this ball game.
It's going to make for a fascinating July.
Let's see. Oh, there goes the camera.
Nahar hops around there at second base. He doesn't go. That pitch is fouled back. And you can see the effects that it's had on our camera angle. So 2 strikes on Aiden Tackless. Runner in scoring position is Nahar. Still dancing around there at second base. That slider is taken outside. Slight check swing from Tackless. We mentioned you'll see a lot of sliders from Babbage, especially tough matchup for a left-handed hitter. We've watched his ability to locate that slider to either side of the plate. It's the 2-strike pitch. He's jammed and pops this one to shortstop, falls right in the glove of Tucker Beal for out number 1. Have to wait on that slider, especially if you are a left-handed hitter, as I mentioned, and good pitching by Babbage to sneak that fastball in there on the inside corner. Jammed up Aiden Tackless. So 1 on, 1 out for the DH Jackson Nystrom. Single, walk, hit by pitch, and sac fly for Nystrom. Big swing and a miss at that first breaking ball. Guys like Nahar and Nystrom and Turner, guys you expect to be good offensively for the Merchants, have been good. They put up 6 runs today, but that's continued struggles from the pitching staff.
Yeah, the offense has looked a lot better today than it has in each of the past 2 days, but you mentioned it, unless the pitching staff starts to return to form, you're going to need heroic efforts from this offense to win games if you're consistently giving up runs in the 9 to double digits total.
Runner goes from second, and Robbins loses that pitch on the transfer, so Nahar is going to slide into third base safely with yet another stolen base. Is that number 4 on the afternoon?
I have it down as 4 now for Nahar, yeah.
Just blazing on the base pass is Dominic Nahar. That did allow Babbage to get ahead in the count 0-2 to Nystrom. There's another slider. That one fouled back. Nystrom trying to put the ball in play, see if he can't get Nahar home from third base. Got some time called here and a new baseball, but you're right, Ethan. Every game important with how close these standings are. And especially the ones that you figure are winnable. Want to stay in those ones. Those ones are extra painful.
Yes,
the Merchants.
You want to come back in this game if you're the Merchants, but also just after 2 straight days where it's been uneventful late parts of games because it was already so out of reach. You just want this team to show some energy late in the game. And that strikeout from Nystrom won't help.
Yeah, Babbage blows a fastball right by him. It's a really strong two-pitch mix that he's got. If he is able to locate, he is very, very tough on these hitters. So that leaves it up to the right-handed hitting Emmett Finney with a runner on third and 2 outs. Takes the breaking ball down the middle for a strike. Finney has struck out twice and flied out twice. This is his first at bat against Babbage. Cues that fastball foul, another breaking ball that had Finney off balance. Shows a little frustration as he takes a walk. Now we've got a couple issues with the quality of the baseballs, it looks like. Home plate umpire Robert McGee finds one that he likes, tosses it to Babbage, and now Babbage is ready to toss the 0-2. Here it is. Fastball stays outside.
Good take from Finney to not be tempted by that heat on the outside part of the zone. Been impressed with what I've seen from Babbage in today's game so far.
Another slider, another strikeout for the left-handed Max Babbage. Works around a leadoff walk. Merchants do not score. Heading to the 9th inning now in Redwood City, and the Legends still holding on to that 5-run lead. We'll be back.
Just to let you guys know, standings might be wrong.
I was adjusting for them.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I leave that to you. He's on it. Done all that extra legwork.
But it also came up.
They had one.
45.
You see if you can get Tony around here somewhere. See if you can ask him.
Oh, your guy.
I'll go ask him.
You ate your half, but there's 2 whole sandwiches.
No, you're fine.
Nick Fenton.
As we cross the 3-hour and 20-minute mark in game 1 of this doubleheader, get comfortable, everybody. You got an even newer pitcher to tell you about on the mound for Alameda. They have gone Jovanovic, Giada, Airhorn, and now Nick Fenton, big right-hander, steps in for the top of the 9th inning.
Nick
That's a
Fenton,
fastball, by Anderson for strike 1.
Nick Fenton, the freshman at Laney College. We knew he wasn't going to be active until July, and he's making his Merchant debut, and this past season was really good. Through over 88 innings, 3.55 ERA, 60 strikeouts to 33 walks. You can see the potential for swing and miss right there. The second team All Bay Valley Conference, had a complete game shutout versus Napa Valley Community College. A welcome addition to this Merchants bullpen in July.
See the stuff right away, all 3 fastballs, but really popping that catcher's mitt of Riley Winchell. Ahead 1-2 to Anderson. Merchants will take all the pitching reinforcements that they can get at this point. And Fenton in the 9th inning, not messing around. He's ready to go. That 1-2 is fouled back right next to us. You've got this loose netting in front of us, Ethan, rather than that chain link fence we're used to at Alameda. Also the protective high home trappings of the booth. So if one comes back here, you may see me flinch or run for my life, one of those two.
The netting is aesthetically nicer for the viewers, but our camera setup definitely dislikes it far more. With it rocking anytime we get a foul ball hit off the net, regardless of direction, plus even the wind swaying.
Yeah, my reflexes may dislike it a little bit as well. A little jumpy here behind the plate, but we are thankful to the folks at Kenyatta College for providing their field
Beautiful
to
facilities,
host this
I should
game.
add.
Yeah. This one is foul. Excuse me, it's popped up to the left side. Not foul, it stays in play. Toklas is ranging far over to his right, and he makes the play just in fair territory for the first out of the inning. All fastballs that at bat from Nick Fenton. And he gets Anderson to pop up to left for the first out. A couple times I've jumped the gun. Calling a ball foul here. Go ahead and say I'm feeling the effects of the heat as well.
Well, let's see if Quincy Villa, who stole 3 bases in today's game so far, can come back and one-up Nahar, who stole 4 bases, as we get that ball going right in the direction of your head, Kyle, and you did indeed flinch. So you promised, but I'd say overall I'm impressed. You kept your composure, remained calm, didn't run like you suggested you might.
I was trying not to show the fact that my entire life flashed before my eyes in that moment. Sounds like I did a good job. That fastball well outside. And that pitch that Villa fouled off in front of us, that was the first breaking ball that we've seen from Fenton. Other than that, it's been all fastballs.
He's got pretty nice stuff so far. Did a nice job inducing that foul ball that was sky high for the first out, and in the count here, 1-2.
So when it's chopped down the infield, Jeremiah's going to have to hurry. Picks it up and fires over to first for the out. No harm, no foul there for Jace Jeremiah. He's got a cannon, and he gets Villa with plenty to spare. So 2 outs now in the top of the 9th, and that brings up the second baseman, Austin Rabago.
By my count, that is now 9 grounders that Jace Jeremiah has fielded today, in addition to a pop-up that he had to trail back for. 9 putouts on a day for a shortstop is quality work.
So the ball speed up a little bit on this turf as well. Take some different hops, and he's looked pretty comfortable back there at the 6th spot.
I'd say that's an understatement, Kyle.
We are used to Jeremiah holding down the fort there at shortstop. Makes big league plays, has big league actions. It's a great defender. Great shortstop play we've been treated to today. And on cue, more action for Jeremiah, ranging far to his left. Giovanetti also ranging to his right, but it gets between both of them and trickles into center field for a base hit. That's hit number 2 on the day for Rabago. Grounder that had eyes on it and found its way on the turf into center. So the catcher, Will Robbins, will get another opportunity. His 5th time up to bat. That pitch at Winchell, I've said it a few times, tried to frame, but no dice. Down and in for ball 1. That time, fastball pops the catcher's mitt for strike 1.
Colin, recently for this Merchants defense and pitching staff, a real issue has just been allowing chunk innings, multi-run innings, and all of the runs today have been scored in those chunk innings today. A 5 spot in the 2nd, a 3 spot in the 5th, and a 3 spot in the 7th account for all 11 of Menlo Park's runs in this ball game. And we saw a few of those crooked numbers in yesterday's game, a few of them in the July 4th game against the Anchors. just allowing things to avalanche and get worse and worse in these innings.
And we talked about having to finish hitters ahead in the count 0-2. A lot of this damage has come with 2 outs as well. Those 2 homers came with 2 outs. This time with 2 outs, Fenton gets the strikeout. Will Robbins reaching on a breaking ball out of the zone. So we will go to the bottom of the 9th. We'll see if the Merchants have a miracle in them. Still down 11-6.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding.
Good pitcher. This next inning's got pretty good. That's good stuff.
Can command.
Two more.
What?
We've been impressed with what we've seen from the lefty Max Babbage today. Legends will stick with him to try to close this one out here in the 9th, leading by 5 runs. He'll try his hand first in the 9th inning against the left-handed hitting Cy Turner. First pitch swinging. He cues this one out to left field, and Anderson is in to his right and makes the catch. That brings up the 5th chance for Chase Dittmer. In both cases, the final pitcher that we have seen for each team, we presume this will be the final pitcher for Menlo Park, has arguably been the most impressive.
Yeah, Babbage has looked really sharp. But something monitoring for this Merchants offense, they've stranded 10 runners in this game, just too many left on base, including obviously they were able to score 4 in the 3rd, but then did leave the bases loaded, had a chance to take the lead, and instead left it tied, and since then it's been all Menlo Park.
Byproduct of what we've mentioned about so many of their runs, base runners coming via free bases, those walks, those hit by pitches. If you're not able to supplant it with some hits, see all those lobsters left out there.
For Dittmer, the key to really unlocking the next level, in my opinion at least, is just really improving the walk rate. He's drawn just 2 all season long, none in today's game, and he works the count deep on a consistent basis, but you see results like that far too often going down on strikes. That's his
3rd
one of the
strikeout,
game.
yeah, today
Right
for
on cue.
Dittmer, behind the high fastball, excuse me. It's been 3.5 hours for us as well. Behind the high fastball for Chase Dittmer. Oh, that brings up the last hope for the Merchants in this one. That's the catcher, Riley Winchell. Lines the first pitch, just foul down the left field line.
Last time up, Winchell had that towering shot that we thought had a chance to go the distance. Certainly the Merchants dugout did, but ended up being collected in left field by the warning track. But he's put together a relatively solid day, I'd say.
He was also the victim of that nice 4-6-3 double play at the Legends turn back in the 5th inning. An incredible play by Tucker Beal. Good stuff from Babbage trying to close this one out for Menlo Park. And 21 strikeouts this spring in 22 innings. We see why. This one is grounded to short. Beal makes a diving play to his left, but he'll have to eat it.
Nice day for Winchell continues. Reaches on a single. Sharply hit ball. A really great play by Beal to keep that in the infield, put his body on the line to snag that one. And can't imagine that feels particularly good jumping onto the turf like that.
I was getting ready to say the same thing, Ethan. Those diving plays are doubly impressive, knowing or presuming how that has to feel, especially with the heat.
It brings up another guy who's had himself an excellent day. Ben Giovanetti's reached in all 4 of his plate appearances, 2 singles, 2 hit by pitches, an RBI. 2 RBI, apologies.
And that one is whacked out to deep left field. Anderson is just going to look and watch it fly. We've been waiting for the power from Ben Giovanetti. From the Merchants dugout, we hear that that's worth 5 runs. We wish it was, but we will take that 2-run bomb out to left field.
And Kyle, it's not lost on me that with the score sitting at 11-8, we're following a very similar but almost exact inverted result from Thursday's game, which finished 11-9 at the end. Menlo Park made the game look closer than it actually was. And I mean, we've been talking about Giovanetti, a guy we've been waiting to see the power on display. How about that's his first extra base hit all season, comes in grand fashion. The 3rd homer we've seen in this ball game alone, the first for the Merchants. Courtesy of Ben Giovanetti, who got all of that one, Kyle.
Heard someone behind us say he's a big guy indeed, a big guy with big power, and so a surprise that that's the first extra base hit, hopefully the first of more to come for Alameda.
It brings up Jace Jeremiah, who's 0 for 3 with a walk, and his season-long stats coming into this game still sitting at 310, but he really has struggled recently, hitting just 143 across his last 5 games. He fouls that one back. But the saving grace for Jeremiah is that he's still consistently putting the ball in play. In that 5-game stretch that I mentioned, he struggled in just an 8.3% strikeout rate. So good things should continue to happen if he's able to put the ball in play. Nice eye on a breaking ball there.
Yeah, one of the guys that you rely on to do just that in this Alameda lineup. He and Nahar both run some pretty low strikeout rates. Good at making contact. Right now behind 1-2. Smacks that one to shortstop, but right there is Beal. He gets to show off his arm one more time today and close out this victory for the Legends. A little bit of a seesaw battle. Legends broke out with a 5-0 lead. Merchants climbed back, but once the Legends were back in front after that, they held on for the end of this one. Game time about 3 hours, 32 minutes here at Kenyatta College. Game 2, it'll be a 7-inning affair coming up in just about 30, 45 minutes. We'll be back with you. It'll be the intrepid Ethan Siegel on the play-by-play call for Mr. Siegel.
Quite the intro.
I've been Kyle Floyd. We appreciate you joining us here for Game 1 of this doubleheader. We'll be back in a little bit.